What's going on, everybody? This is Coach Burke, and I'm here today with your daily dose. Today, we're going to be talking about waiting is so hard. Waiting, come on, somebody, is so hard. I am so glad you're worshiping with us this beautiful Sunday morning, and it's going to be a good day. Let's jump into some scripture real quick, then we're going to dive right into this. This comes from the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 40, verses 30 and 31. Isaiah 40, verses 30 and 31. This is what it says. Even youths, look at your neighbor and say, you're a youth. Even youth shall faint and be weary. And young men, come on, look at your neighbor and say, young men shall fall exhausted. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles, and they shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Come on, somebody, for those who wait on the Lord. Here's the thing about Coach Burke. I hate to wait. I'm going to say that again. How many? Come on, let me see your hands. How many of you are with me? I hate to wait, right? I want what I want, and I want it now, right? Waiting makes me angry. Waiting makes me frustrated. Waiting at times even offends me. Come on, somebody. Where's my alpha leaders at? Come on, my alpha leaders. I took y'all to Chewy's a couple of weeks ago, and it felt like we were at Chewy's for like 12 hours. Come on, somebody. I was like, the service was horrible. Trying to get to a table was horrible. They were slow about filling. I mean, everything about it. I was waiting, and I was like, this is driving me nuts. Here's another instance of Coach Burke. You guys have heard me about Walmart. What about traffic? Come on, traffic, right? Traffic feels at times like it's very personal. It's a personal assault against whoever's driving, right? Usually I take it very offensive, like towards me. See, don't these other drivers know, and don't they understand how important my schedule is? I usually, when I need to get somewhere, I hit every red light and I get behind 3 of the slowest grandmas, the Golden Girls. Come on, somebody. And in my mind, I'm thinking, how dare these other cars slow me down when I have such important things to do? Come on, somebody. Can you relate? Or is that just Coach Burke? Can you relate? See, maybe for you, it's putting a hold, right, during a phone call, right? Or maybe your kid brothers or sisters are stuck on a waiting list, right, at the doctor's office, and they tell you to get there by 8, and it's 3:30 in the afternoon. You still haven't made it in yet. Come on, ever been there? What about those of you who have been put on a list for somebody to get back to you? Maybe it was a magnet program, right? Or maybe it was about letting you know which team you made, A, B, C team, D team. Some of you made F team. Come on, somebody. Maybe it's painfully slow line, right, at your morning coffee shop when you're having to get to school, and it feels like Dutch Bros is never ending. Come on, somebody. See, in our fast-paced culture, waiting means we lose control. You knew I was bringing that plane in. You saw that coming. In our fast-paced culture, waiting means losing control. Think about it. People used to farm their own food, right? Planting a field and waiting for the crop, which took months. Come on, Pulaski's. I know you guys are here, right? It takes months for a crop, right? But today we run to the nearest fast food restaurant or establishment, come on, somebody, and get our food like that, right? Remember pen pals come on, Becky, come on, Cayenne. When we had pen pals back in the day, or maybe your siblings had pen pals. People used to write letters by hand, right? And then you would send them in the mail and wait several days, right, for the people on the other end to receive them and write you back, right? And so today we send text messages. They're instantaneous, right? And what about the news today, right? News is crazy. Everything is available instantly. You want to know how the debates are going right now? You can look it up on your phone. You want to know if the Detroit Lions and what their stats are? Come on, somebody. You can look it up on your phone like right now. It's instantaneous, right? The push of a button. So why is waiting so hard? Waiting is a real reminder that the world does not revolve around us. Waiting is a reminder. It's a real reminder that the world does not revolve around us. Waiting means it messes with our plans, right? Waiting forces me or you to see and hear things that sometimes we'd rather ignore. See, simply waiting reveals that I'm not in control. God, however, tells us that waiting is very important. In fact, the Bible shows us that waiting is necessary and needed in our lives. See, I'm going to give you some points real quick, and then we're going to go into some small groups. It's what waiting does. God uses waiting to get our attention. God uses waiting to get our attention. Waiting reminds us that God is in control when we're not. Come on, somebody. Waiting reminds us that God is in control when we are not. Waiting reveals God's plans, not ours. Waiting allows God to speak into our lives in ways we could never have heard it or hear it before. Waiting shifts, come on somebody, our perspective to see and experience more of God's love and grace in our lives. Come on somebody. Do you hate to wait? Do you hate to wait? I know I do. I mean, I'm being as transparent as I possibly can with you. I hate to wait, right? But if we take a moment and we step back and we give God those frustrations, right? And we're honest with Him, from the small annoyances to the heavy burdens, and we begin to ask God to help us to trade the hate for the wait, for hope and the promises of God's love and His grace, and allow Him to produce patience, produce the fruits of the Spirit inside of us. We're going to talk about this today, about how many of us hate the wait. And hey, I'm one of those. I'm working on it. God ain't done with me yet. Look at your neighbor, say, God ain't done with you yet. Look at your other neighbor, God ain't done with you yet. Hey, I'm so glad you're worshiping with us this beautiful Sunday morning. Peace and prayers. God bless. And guess what, young people? I'm out.